I thought I would share a video today about something a little different than I usually share on my channel. Um, if you are a parent or have small children that regularly are in your lives, I'm sure you've had similar situations to this, but I am going to share a different kind of haul video for you, so stay tuned. My tripod is broken, so you'll have to bear with me until I get a replacement piece, but a certain 4-year-old, who will not be named, broke this little piece right here that holds my phone on the tripod. So I guess it's not the tripod that's broken, it's this guy, but I don't want to replace it right now, and can't, so at least not before this video's done. So thanks for your patience. So the backstory is, in I believe it was April possibly, our homeschool co-op did something really different and fun. We had our first annual snail race, and as a result of that, my kids have been snail obsessed ever since. About a month and a half ago, they were playing outside in the rain. Yes, they play outside in the rain because outside. Good. And they found this really massive garden snail. He was probably about that big. And they were like, Mom, can we keep him? Can we keep him? And we'd already done tons of research about snails. So we knew what to feed him. We knew how to house him, all that stuff. So I said, yes, but y'all are in charge of him. So this garden snail has become our newest pet. That brings our pet total up to 6. He has been in a plastic pretzel jar, like one of those big gallon ones you can get at like Costco or something, or 2.5 gallons, something like that. But I've just noticed that it's really hard to keep clean. The kids are really good about wanting to help, but they can't fit their hands in it very well. So I thought, all right, our snail needs an upgrade. We have the most spoiled garden snail ever. So we have been shopping, went to Petco, went to the dollar store, found some cool stuff, thought I'd share what I found. At the end, I will attach some pictures of our finished setup, but I thought I'd share what we've got. So, our first item is a new habitat. This is meant to be a portable, like, spider, lizard, snake, I'll cover that up for my spider-phobic friends out there, temporary habitat, but I think it will be perfect for our snail's long-term habitat, because he likes lots of space to climb, and he doesn't seem to care about going up that much as going around. So I thought this would be perfect. Our current jar is round, and it works really well because it doesn't have a lot of corners that are hard to keep clean. This was about $10, and the whole lid can be removed, so we can clean inside easily. It has a little flip top, which is big enough for my hand, which means my kids can easily reach in. That's his new habitat. Now, the one thing I have pondered over quite a bit is, what kind of decor and enrichment does a snail need? And I know y'all are probably, there's people on the internet who are like, enrichment for a snail, Bethany, come on, this is ridiculous. But if I do it for my other animals, snail deserves it too. Because, I mean, gotta make our animals as happy and stress-free as possible. So I had bought coconut bedding like you use for reptiles, but I just am like, that's going to be a pain to keep clean, and the snail poops are so tiny, it seems a waste to use that. So I went with a different plan. This is meant to be terrarium liner. I think this will work great. This is the 10-gallon amount, so I'm hoping I can get enough to cut out 2 different pieces to put in the bottom of that. So I can just take it out, rinse it, maybe scrub it with some dish soap and rinse real good and air dry. Hopefully that'll work out well. It's nice and soft. It's not scratchy, so hopefully it'll be soft for our snail. But then there's the issue of wool that's still boring and bland. So I was looking at aquarium plants and thought those were really expensive for what you get. Like, you get these little tiny plants are like $5, and that's too much money. And I am a DIY addict, so I was like, with my hot glue gun, I can make anything. So, went to the dollar store next. Bought a bag of river rocks. Those are going to be my weights. I'm going to put a couple of things on them. So I bought these, $1. They're called ginkgo leaves, I assume because of the shape, although they're fall colored. Do ginkgo trees change color? Don't know. Guess we could find out at some point. But I thought I could cut a few pieces of this and glue them with hot glue to those rocks so that it would be weighed down. And then we saw these cute little faux succulents, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut them really short with my tin snips, glue them to the rocks, and then we've got some cute little fun decor for our snail. I mean, just look at these pretty colors. Aren't those pretty? We just thought that was fun. And then for our last item, because the kids named him Turbo. Turbo likes to climb things. Not a lot, but he's a little bit adventurous. So went to the sand toys. How perfect. Now, it's a little too wide, so I think I'm going to cut one of these layers off so that it will fit, because it's just too long. So if it were rounded, it would fit, but it doesn't because it's too long. So I'm going to trim it probably right about here to take off this step, basically. And I think that'll fit really nicely and look really fun in his tank. So that just leaves something to put his food in. Usually what I use is a plastic one-piece mason jar lid. That way I can put food in and take it out and throw that in the dishwasher, and it's clean and good to go for next time. So the last item I got is really more for me than the snail, but someone in one of my rat groups asked if people decorate their bin cages, and I thought, oh, I should decorate the cage. How cute are these stickers? I mean, they look like little stained glass, and they're succulents and cactuses. So cute. I couldn't resist. Dollar store, y'all. Dollar store is where it's at. Don't buy your detergents and stuff there, but for random stuff like this, super fun. So I'm done with my little haul video for our snail, my very spoiled, totally free garden snail, and I will update with some pictures at the end of the video, so stay tuned. So here is the results of our snail crafting. We have our terrarium bottom. I've glued the succulent to a rock. Not sure how well you can see that in there, but there it is. This one's not dry yet, but I needed one a specific height, so I put everything in and set it up. It will dry and it will work just fine. Kind of like this one here. And then we have a cool little rock stack that I've made him to explore, and our little, I believe that's the Sydney Opera House. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, y'all. I am not a geography buff. Here's how it looks from the top. There's still plenty of room to put a food dish where I can put his little bits of food. Easy to spray the tank through the mesh at the top or open the lid and spray. So it should be fairly simple to keep it moist. All this should be easy to wash, I'm hoping. So yeah, and then I've built a couple extra pieces for next time I clean. So I can switch things up here and there, and he can have an enjoyable time. So we've got a little hot glued rock stack here. I've got another little succulent on a rock there. He saw this little guy over here. And then we've got this one too. So yeah, there's our snail tank. I'm going to have to get Turbo and put him in and show you what he looks like. So here is Turbo's new setup. We have put, excuse me, his name is Lil Turbo, according to my children. So I put him in his new thing. He is not real sure what to think. And yes, I know that snails are not male or female. The children just call him a he, and we've just gone along with it. Just easier. In our household, most things are he unless told otherwise. So it's just the way it is when you have more boy creatures than girl creatures. So here's Turbo. The dog needs to go out, so I'm going to let her out in just a minute. Here's his setup. I'm about to go get him something to eat. So I thought I'd share, let him explore. I'd have missed him so he's not so hesitant. Okay, there we go. You're welcome, Turbo. Let's turn it so you can see his cool little speckly shell. Isn't that neat? He's actually quite big. This is my finger. And look, he's pretty good sized. Here's my thumb. next to his shell. You can see he's quite a good size. But, yep, there he is.